West Ham fans, welcome back to Have Your West Ham View. I'm Joe.
I'm Sam.
Let's get into it.
Let's have it.
Right,
we're back. It's been a little while, hasn't it?
Has, mate. Been a while for me, especially.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tom was on the last one, and we missed Sunday because you was ill.
Yeah. No, we're here. We debated doing it anyway because obviously you just want to get it done. Because if you don't do it, then it can just sort of run away with you.
Keep putting things back.
Yeah, but just very, very rough Sunday. You know, I wasn't celebrating the point away at Newcastle. just wasn't feeling too well. But here we are. So we're going to reflect on obviously the Derby game in the Cup. That was on the Monday last week, and then obviously
feels like ages ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like an age ago, but a massive talking point. And, you know, another win. A win.
Yeah.
And then
more wins than
Newcastle.
we have been getting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, talking of the Derby, we all want a cup run, don't we? Especially with how miserable the season's been. The Europa League or the Conference League campaign, it almost feels like it's been a bit forgotten about until it comes back in March.
Especially because we're already qualified, aren't we? So we don't have to do these qualification rounds.
Yeah.
So the fact we've got that, it's just at the back of everyone's minds, I think.
Yeah.
But that'll be good when that's back, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking just now, we should have put a bet on who was going to get in the round after. Because United, I think that's the fourth season out of the last 10 that we've got them in the Cup.
Yeah. All been away from home as well, haven't they?
I think all of them but one.
Yeah.
I know we beat them 4-0
Is that just FA Cup?
I think it's FA Cup.
So just FA Cup. I'm sure we've had them 5 out of the last 7 seasons in all Cup competitions.
Jesus
including the EFL Cup.
It's unbelievable.
And 5 of them have been away.
Yeah.
So you just think, difficult game's going to be away at United. But anyway, on the Derby game,
there's positive performances.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to be seeing. We want to be seeing positive performances, and albeit against League One opposition. Soucek he obviously started the game alongside Downs.
Mm-hmm.
Both had a really good game. I saw people online going, hang on a minute, Soucek's playing the ball around and he's spraying it. And
he started the game, and I texted you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I said, Soucek's playing like Perlo. He's literally like spraying the ball about.
Yeah.
I know he picked the ball up once in midfield, and you know he normally picks it up and loses it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He picked it up once and he pinged it out to the left wing. He'd done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I thought, what has happened to him?
Yeah, pinged, mate.
He's obviously got the ability to do it.
Yeah.
I thought he played well.
There's a lot of space, weren't there?
Yeah, get Downs in the starting 11 every week, mate.
Mate, honestly, I think
another man of the match performance against Derby.
Yeah, I think we'll talk. Obviously, Downs. You know, I think ITV did a little tweet and they said Downs appreciation post.
Yeah,
because when he plays, he is like that.
Yeah.
You think, bloody hell, he just does his job. He does the simple things right, and
he's very good at mopping up. He's very similar to Dec. Obviously, he's not as He's a bit younger than Dec, not as experienced, but
yeah,
until he's got the potential to be a very similar player to him.
Yeah.
I think.
Is it 1 year between them? I don't know. I think they're closer than you think.
Are they?
Yeah, because I always thought
24?
He's just turned 24.
Yeah.
I think Downs is 23.
Oh, right.
But because obviously we've seen Dec grow.
Yeah, since he was 18.
I feel like they're so similar in the fact that with Downs, obviously Rice's game, it's developed. He's gone from that centre half to holding mid, and now he's just going further up the pitch. Whereas Downs, at the moment, we see him as that real holding midfielder.
He's in like the Dec phase 2 almost. He's in that period where he's in between Dec being a centre back and a box to box midfielder, which he is now.
Let's be honest, he's filling Rice's role from next season.
I saw something yesterday. We're going to watch Dec lead the team out 8 more times at London Stadium.
I know, I saw that as well.
Do you know what, it's gutting, but I think we've all come to terms with it now, haven't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we can fault him at all. He's done nothing wrong. He wants to win trophies, and he's like, let's be honest, he's one of the best midfielders in Europe, if not the world.
I mean, what makes me laugh is that obviously you've got Enzo Fernandez and we've got Chelsea coming up this weekend, but he come out and said,
I know what you're going to say.
I watch players in England. I love watching Declan Rice, and I think, well, he's a British transfer record, and he's talking about watching Declan Rice. He's only a year, 2 older than him.
Yeah.
Declan Rice, and Moyes said this as well. Starting offers are a British transfer record.
100%.
They are. They're over 100 million quid.
Mate, even if he's got a year left on his contract, it's going to be.
Yeah, I think the good thing with us, I think he's got, it might be a year or 2. We've also got that clause in there where we could extend it by a year. So I think that gives us extra leverage when we're going to be negotiating.
Because he's not going to stay another year, is he?
No, but if it means that if we activated that now, right, we're going to get more money for him.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think
we'll do that to him. I love Dec. He's been brilliant for us. Like I say, he's done nothing wrong. He's been very professional, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And the whole thing when we moved to the new stadium was, we're going to be challenging for Champions League and winning trophies, and it hasn't happened. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm not happy with what we've done, but he deserves to be playing at the highest level, doesn't he?
Yeah.
As long as he don't go Chelsea, I'll be happy.
I think the last couple of seasons we've been there and thereabouts, but I think this year is a bit of a reality check. It's a bit, it hits home. It's like to do that 2 years in a row and then this year kind of drop off. We're clearly, we're not a top club.
We're punching above our weight a bit, weren't
punching
we?
above our weight, as we all know. We're not naive to that.
Yeah.
But back to the Derby game, Rice and Paqueta both got a rest against Derby, which was nice to see. I can't remember if Paqueta come on or not. It feels like an age ago now. But
I can't even remember half of it, to be honest.
Mubama come on. I know that he worked his socks off. Of course, he's going to work his socks off. He's a young lad trying to get his place in the
He's
side.
done well. I wanted him to start, but do you know what? He started with Antonio. I think Moyes was playing it very safe. If we had been winning in the league and back-to-back wins, he probably would have started with Bama.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
I think he went safe and played Antonio. Obviously, Antonio got a goal.
Yeah,
played really well, to be fair.
Yeah,
I thought done his little spin, didn't he? Did you see that?
Yeah, the little flick round the player, and then
like original Ronaldo, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he done all right.
Yeah. On TikTok, Agurd's touch got more views and likes than like Antonio's wonder skill where he flicks it round Curtis Davis and does a little 360, but Agurd little touch over his shoulder. But Agurd, we can talk about Agurd.
About him,
mate, he's a Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
he's a Rolls Royce of a centre half.
Different class.
And we saw it. I said when he first started, I think his first start in the league was against Leeds, and I said he needs to get up to the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think he's done that very quickly.
I don't think you were far wrong with that, to be honest, because obviously he'd come back from injury, hadn't he? So I think it was a typical. Obviously, players take a while to come back from injury anyway, but to be adjusting to a new league at the same time, I think, like you say, he's adjusted very well, isn't he?
He has, mate.
But yeah, he looks. He's our future captain.
He is. He is. I really like watching him next to Ogbonna.
Yeah.
Because the last couple of years we've had Dawson and Ogbonna when we've been playing our best. Obviously we had Zuma, Dawson and whatever, but I love Ogbonna in that side, and I don't care. He could be 39, I think, and I'd love him in that team. But a bit like Ginge, a bit like James Collins. Yeah. We always have that one centre half where I feel so comfortable. You could put anyone next to them. Yeah. He's an unsung hero.
It was Tompkins, and it was Ginge. Now we got Ogbonna.
You're just comfortable.
Ogbonna's been with us about 8 years now.
A long time.
So I can't believe how long he's been with us. But he's
time. Club legend.
Again, he's a top pro, isn't he? And he's like you say, he's an unsung hero because when I think of my favourite West Ham players currently and players that we've got in the team, half the time I forget about him.
Yeah,
because he turns up, does his job, and that's it.
But he's a legend, mate. He's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Derby with pants. We're through to the next round. We know we've got United as per usual. So Wednesday night, we love it.
45 quid a ticket.
Yeah, 46 quid a ticket.
If you go, you're missing 2 days' work for it.
Yeah.
But no trains running.
No, it's a hard one, isn't it?
What can you do? I think we were looking at going, weren't we? But it's just.
It's hard on it.
You can't. I don't think you can really justify missing 2 days' work for it. And
we'll do Brighton on the Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to Brighton on the 4th of March. Yeah. So that'll be good fun. I'll say that'll be good. Never beaten Brighton.
It's not a fun place to go normally, is it? But we'll see.
It's a day out,
we'll see.
We'll see how we go.
Newcastle.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us feared it, to be honest, especially off the back of a good run of form. We just thought this could be the killer. I mean, we thought the next 3 games, including that, would have been a killer. You got Newcastle, Chelsea, Spurs. You look at those 3 and you think, right, we've had a good run, we've turned things around. But you're looking at sides like Leeds, Everton, you know, sides, Brentford in the cup, albeit a good team, and obviously then we lost to Wolves. But
do you know what though? It's typical West Ham. I think.
Yeah.
I always say it. We will always turn up against the bigger teams. We've always, even the last couple of seasons where we've done really well, we've always struggled against the lower placed teams. Bottom half of the table, we struggle. We seem to turn up and think, we'll take it easy today. And then every time we play a upper, like top 6 club or top 10, we seem to turn up. Obviously, we've got Brighton as our bogey team, but Arsenal, Chelsea, City, we never tend to get a result. No. Man United, we struggle against it away, especially. But
and then we'll have Forest as well. They're at home. But Newcastle,
I'll take it, mate.
The opening few minutes. Let's talk about that.
Oh, mate.
I mean, I flicked it on. I think Skamaka did a little post on his story because obviously he's not playing at the moment. And it's funny because the picture he took of the screen, I'd say probably about 20 seconds later was when they got their first goal.
Yeah.
Players fell asleep. I think they saw the ball went out. But you can't take that gamble, especially with VAR. If it's gone out, you play to the whistle and you wait and find out whether it's gone out. You stop that ball.
Like what you say, you could see it had gone out.
Yeah.
But then again, you never know because I think on commentary they said about that Japan goal in the World Cup against Germany, and the ball was out. It was 99% out. It was like a millimetre that overhang the line.
Yeah.
And I thought, they're gonna look at it like that extensively, but they didn't. But like you say, they stopped, and I think Emerson and Ben Rama were playing on the left side, obviously.
Just slowed down.
And Willock was the player that the ball went out for, didn't it? And they stopped, went like that. It's like, what are you doing? Get on with it.
Silly, isn't it?
Yeah. So luckily that got ruled out.
Didn't take long though, did it?
Didn't take long. 11 seconds after the restart, they went and scored.
Well, it was so quick that when watching it on the telly, the camera was still replaying the ball out of the pitch.
All you heard was, Wilson!
Yeah,
and then he was through.
The camera flicked to Wilson when he'd just gone clean through.
Could have had money on that as well.
Yeah, I'm like...
Wilson to score against West Ham. 10 goals in 12 appearances against West Ham in the Prem.
He was talking a good game, weren't he, in the week with his podcast with Antonio.
Backs it up, to be fair.
Yeah, he backed it up, mate. He does. But
he knows he's going to score against us.
But I was disappointed with Kera, and although we bigged him up with Bonner, you've got to be touch tight in that situation. Yeah. You've got a fast striker, he's a predator, Callum Wilson. You've got to block his run. There's 3 of you at the back there. One of you can afford to be on his toes and blocking his run.
If you're playing 3 at the back, you've got... Generally, if you're playing 3 at the back and the other team is playing 2 up top, you've always got a spare man as a centre back.
Yeah.
So the fact they were playing 1 up top, you've got two spare men. Yeah. Realistically, and none of them tracked him. Yeah. Good finish, to be fair, but disappointing. I think
we didn't dwell on it, did we?
No, we didn't. I thought we come out pretty well after the goal.
We did.
First half was very good, I thought. We dominated.
Yeah, I've got it down here. So we had 8 shots to their 2 in the first half. Yeah. And if you look at the fact that they had that 1 snap goal, apart from that, I can't even remember what their other shot was. But apart from that, we really did dominate play. I
think their fans were getting the ump a little bit as well, weren't they? Because obviously they had the win against Southampton they beat in the cup to get to the final? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Beat Southampton in the cup, beat them 3-0, 3-1 on aggregate or something.
Yeah.
And I think the fans were expecting them to go and thrash us, obviously, because we're struggling. And they got a bit agitated with them. But then second half, typical of us, really. But I don't mind it because we got a point.
No.
But we sat back, didn't we?
We did. We wanted to protect the point. I think although I would have liked us to have gone for it, because you look at Newcastle, although they're having a fantastic season in all competitions,
they were there for the taking.
They were there for the taking. They've drawn a lot of games recently, and I actually feel that they probably felt a little bit vulnerable. We were playing
4
really well.
Out of the last 5 they've drawn.
Yeah. Paqueta was, and I want to talk about Paqueta. I want to talk about Rice, and I want to talk about Flynn Downs, because I really see. Because we've been speaking weeks. Drop Susek. 6 months later, he finally done it.
Yeah.
Right, and we're starting to turn form around.
Winning games and drawing games, yeah.
We've been talking about Downs. I really want to see Rice Downs. And although Paqueta is starting to play better in this, again, the role we've been asking him to play, that deeper role. Yeah. I still think and Ian was saying this as well to me, right? I still think he's got that much ability that he needs to be further up the pitch in that central role. Yeah. And I feel Downs, Rice is the perfect combo in the middle.
Just a 2. It doesn't have to be one really deep, one in the middle. No. It can just be a 2. Yeah. They can cover each side of the pitch and break up play, give it to Paqueta and let him do what he does. Yeah,
because I think Bowen on the right, he's finally picking up a bit of form. He's picking up a goal here and there, and he's starting to get that consistency back. Ben Rama on the left, it can either be him, it can either be him or Fornals or Lanzini, who looks like he's off in the summer anyway. I think that's why he's not being played. Gutted, really. Again,
what a legend!
A bit of a legend, isn't he? Really,
that season. Cannot fault Lanzini at all. What a player!
That season with Payet, it was the Payet and Lanzini show, wasn't it?
The fact we got him for peanuts, didn't we? He come from Dubai, didn't he?
Yeah, loaned to Dubai from the UAE somewhere. But for me, that's the way forward. On the point of Ben Rama. We've spoken on this pod about play Ben Rama, boys. He does it. He does really well for some games, and then Newcastle, he was so flat.
Mate, it's like he's such a frustrating player. He's either 100% or like 10%. Yeah. It's like when he's fighting for his place. Yeah. And you know what? It might be why Moyes does it. To be fair to him. Yeah. When he's fighting for his place, he looks $1 million. Yeah. When he's got that starting place, it's like he drops off a bit, and it's difficult because like I say, when he's fighting for his place, we all know his main problem is decision making.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah.
And there was a couple of times against Newcastle, we had 2 shots. One went wide left on the floor.
Yeah.
And I think both times Deck wanted the ball.
Yeah.
Deck had made a forward run. He'd taken the defenders away.
It was good, wasn't
so either give him the ball or have a shot and hit the target.
Yeah.
And there was another one when Deck, I think we won the ball back in their final third.
Yeah. He drove that.
Played it into Deck. Yeah. Deck played it across to him. Again, made the run.
He skied it.
Yeah. But not even. And I think I said this the other day to my mate. I said in the Prem, there's no excuse for not hitting the target, but skying the ball by 30 odd yards because it's a pristine pitch. Sunday League, fair enough. If you're gonna sky it, you're gonna sky it. Yeah, that was disappointing. But I thought he was quiet.
He was really quiet, and he goes to sleep. I think you're bang on. Sometimes when he comes on as a sub and he plays so well, he impacts the game. You think, God, Moyes, you've got to start him.
Yeah.
But then you start him in the game against Newcastle, where in the first half they really were there for the taking when we was on top after going 1-0 down. But talking to whatever, we'll find out.
Can you see that?
No, couldn't see it.
I'll zoom in on that goal on the video. That was funny.
But we'll see. Rice I think he was in most pundits' team of the week.
Yeah.
Shearer, Agbonlahor, he watched the game and he was talking about it on the radio.
Have you seen Trippier's comments this week? Trippier's comments.
Oh yeah, as well.
So Trippier's come out and said that, and obviously we'll agree with this because we're West Ham, but it's nice to see another player for a different team say it.
Yeah.
Declan Rice is categorically better than Casemiro and Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
And I think we can all see it. Everyone can see it at West Ham, but I think other teams, obviously Arsenal fans and Man United fans, think that their one is the best. Yeah. But I don't think you can argue that Deck isn't the best out of them three.
There's slightly different players. Obviously, Casemiro's ageing slightly. I'm not quite sure how old Partey is, but he's got a bit more experience, and he is fundamental for Arsenal. But I think Deck's just got that.
I'm not keen on Partey anyway.
You're not?
No.
I think Deck's just got that added extra. A bit of flair.
He's got everything. He has got everything.
Yeah.
If he wants to...
Yeah.
If he wanted to play as a number 10, he could play as a number 10.
Yeah.
If he wanted to play centre-back, he could play centre-back.
Yeah.
If he wanted to play box-to-box midfielder, he can do it.
He can do it all kind.
And I think, like we said earlier, he's progressed from a centre-back to a holding midfielder to now a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah.
And I think he's got absolutely everything. He's got the physicality. He's got pace, like with the ball. Yeah. When he drives with the ball, like that's what Trippier said.
It's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, like what Trippier said. Him driving with the ball, he's powerful. And don't get me wrong, Casemiro and Partey are brilliant players, but I don't think either of them do that as well as Deck does. An all-round game.
No.
I think they're both very good at their own thing. But
absolutely, mate. We need to talk about that tackle.
Oh, mate. He does it every week, though.
Every week he does a tackle. But that one, he did the one against Leeds. He did the one against... who was the other tackle we did? I think it was Brentford. But that was... I thought, that's it. Here we go. 2-1.
I was watching... Yeah, same as you. I thought, oh, mate, that's a goal. Because it's Wilson again.
Yeah, Anthony Gordon come on. He slipped the ball through the middle and Johnson kind of pressed. And I was thinking, oh, God.
It's a good ball through and a good run again. It's a good ball. But, yeah... just come out of nowhere.
Speed.
Didn't he?
I looked at Gordon, and as a centre half, sometimes you've got a decision to make. You sometimes step up to try and catch him offside, but he actually dropped a little bit, about a yard deeper. Yeah. And he knew he was going to be in a foot race with Wilson. And
I didn't realise how quick he was. Yeah, and also he when he was going through, I was thinking foul him. Luckily, he didn't. Because obviously he got back and recovered it. I just didn't expect him to get back. He's got that technique and he loves a hook tackle.
Yeah, it's a hook tackle. What he does is
his leg round.
He gets his leg round. He puts his back on the player, pushes him over. Because then your tackle just like bang, cut through.
Every time he does it though, I saw someone tweet the other day. They get scared because he stays down after.
Yeah,
you think, has he done his ankle or something?
He did it against Rangers in the pre-season friendly.
That's it. Yeah.
That's where he got his major injury. Yeah. So you know, it's like when you slide tackling, you're gonna get fallen on. You're gonna get fallen on. But yeah, really good tackle, match saving tackle, and a massive point in the end. All in all, we're happy with a point, and we look ahead now at a few fixtures: Spurs away, Forest at home. How
many points?
First of all, has Moyes turned it around?
No.
He's the only manager in the bottom 6 not to be sacked yet.
So I'll give you my opinion. You give me yours.
Yeah, go on.
In my opinion, he hasn't turned it around. I think he's papering over the cracks. It's just prolonging the inevitable.
Which is?
which is that he needs to go in the summer. I think personally, now that he's turned a corner in terms of results, we've got a few results.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we're still in a relegation battle because the teams around us are winning now.
Yeah.
And it's still a massive.
Even though we turned over Arsenal,
we've won. Yeah. We've won in the league. We got a draw. We won in the cup.
Yeah.
And got a draw against Newcastle.
Yeah.
That doesn't get us out of trouble at all. So we're still right in trouble. But I think the players' confidence is coming back a little bit. But in terms of Moyes, like I say, I think it's still time to move on because I think he's taken us as far as he can take us. He's got players that we've spent a lot of money on that he doesn't use in the right way or he doesn't use them at all. And I think it would just be nice to see something a bit more refreshing. I don't want to see an ex-player come in and manage us or something because someone else said on a different podcast the other day about Sean Dyche, and they said he was never an amazing player. He's not like a fancy Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard scored hundreds of goals in the Prem. He's just a good manager. Knows how to run a football club, run a team.
You see him screaming at some of the players against Arsenal.
Yeah,
quality.
but that's quality. That's what you want. And I want to see that. I don't want to see let's get Noble in for the nostalgia. There's no point. I want to see a proper manager.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Look, talking of Noble, I mean, he's come in at the start of the year. We've only lost one game since he's been back in the club. Whether that's part of the reason or not, we won't ultimately know.
Yeah, it could have nothing to do with it. No. It could be the fact that he is back around the club again, just having that having that player there.
But for me, back to the original question, has he turned it around? I'm going to say yes. Like you said, we have
turned the corner.
Again, against lesser opposition.
Yeah.
This month's now massive. I mean, we said about those games, Leeds, Wolves and Everton, we need 7 points out of the next possible 9 to really get back up the table and start pushing forward in the league. But we only ended up getting 4 points out of that. Okay, albeit, again, very important points.
Yeah.
But we lost against Wolves, and which now feels a little bit better after they battered Liverpool at home. But for me, there's a long way to go left in the season. We've got a European campaign. We're still in the Cup. Who knows what's going to happen there? And if we can build up some form and he can get them consistently playing, then there's an argument to say that he's done what he needed to do. We're in a transition period now that we've invested in some players. There's a long way to go. He's regained my faith from the last couple of seasons for what he's given us. And it could potentially be papering over the cracks when you look at the games we've played. Yeah. But I'm hopeful. I want it to work.
They're all good points, to be fair. And I'm so torn. People ask, because every day I speak about West Ham, obviously, and people ask Moyes in and Moyes out.
Yeah.
And I'm so torn between, is it papering over the cracks, or has he genuinely turned the corner?
Yeah.
And is it better to stick with what you've got and then, like you say, we're in a transitional period and then we'll push on again next year?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I don't know. I'm so torn. I think we just got to for now anyway. I don't think he's going anywhere.
No,
let him get on with it. Let the team get on with it. See what we do.
Let's see.
Hopefully we can continue with this better bit of form. One thing I wanted to do, mate.
Yeah.
Is, and I haven't told you this before, but I wanted to go through our team that played against Newcastle.
Yeah.
And I want you to sum up them in one word.
Our team,
yeah. Not just in terms of the Newcastle game, but in terms of the season. Just one word to describe each player. Ready?
Each player?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
I'll test you.
Yeah, go on.
Fabianski.
Solid.
Kehrer.
Rash.
Ogbonna.
Solid, again.
Aged.
Class.
Kufau.
Strong.
Paqueta.
Paqueta. Sharp.
I've got one for Paqueta. I think potential.
Yeah.
He's obviously got the potential.
Sharpness is coming back as well.
Rice.
Captain.
Emerson.
Improved.
Ben Rama.
No, we'll have to bleep that
out. Bowen.
Consistent.
Antonio.
Inconsistent.
And there you go. That's done. On Antonio, I think, I don't know about you, but I think he needs to stop doing all this. It's difficult to say. I can't say stop doing all this podcast stuff because we're doing a podcast.
On that point, he's setting himself up for after career. He's setting himself up for punditry. He's moving into something.
And fair play, you've got to do it because obviously that's what Ben Foster done, and I've seen Ben Foster talk about it. And I know Ben Foster got a lot of stick when he started it from his own fans, like from Watford fans. Yeah. I think for other opposition fans, it's fine because you don't have it doesn't bother you as much. No. But Antonio, fair play, he's setting himself up for after football. But at the same time, why are you? I said to you before, didn't I? Let your football do the talking. You don't need to go on there and go, I've got offers in for me. I'm talking to clubs. I might go this month. I love Antonio. He's been quality for us. Why does he need to just cause that controversy? It's like he's doing a talk sport and just trying to wind people up.
It's hard in this day and age because we live in this sort of industry where people can speak up. You look at Moises Caicedo when he knew Arsenal went for him, he's all over social media. Please let me go. Please let me go. This is my chance. I come from a family of 12 or whatever it was from Ecuador. This is my opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, it's good that people have got a voice. Players have got a voice. Yeah. But
just do it at the right times as well. Yeah.
You know?
And when you're in a relegation battle as well. If we're winning every week and Antonio's going, do you know what? We've got a quality striker come in. Yeah. He's competition for me. Yeah. I want more game time. I might move elsewhere. Fair play, do it. But when he's still playing every week, and he's almost gone, I don't like the fact that I'm playing second fiddle to Scamacca, when that's not the case.
And then you get the chance after he's injured for a while, and you
perform. Let your football do the talking.
I think that's why I say inconsistent when you said his name, because he has a good game, he has a bad game, and he's one day his touch can be well off the boil.
Then he'll play against Derby and he'll do a little Ronaldo spin. Yeah. I know it's probably completely accidental, but I know what you're saying. He's very hot and cold. He
is. But let's look ahead to Chelsea. That game, we've got some, as usual, we've got some programmes in front of us. This one's quality actually. You've got West Ham line up here: Ludek McCloskey, Tim Breaker, Alvin Martin, Steve Potts, Dixie, Martin Allen, Matthew Rush, Tony COYI, Ian Bishop, Mike Marsh, and then Lee Chapman, and then some of the Chelsea players in there. Not all recognisable from our perspective, but you've got Neil Shipley, I know him, Dennis Wise, Paul Furlong.
I'm glad you're reading these. I can't see anything.
Can you not? No. But it's funny actually. It's hard to find Chelsea programmes from the bunch that we've got. You know,
from the old days because they weren't all that, were they?
But little stat: Chelsea have only scored 2 goals in their last 6 games compared to our 8. They haven't leaked a lot of goals, apart from when they played City twice in 2 games. But that's City. You know, you never know. You play City 9 times out of 10, they're going to spank you.
Yeah.
It's a good time to play. We've beat them at home 3-2 on a couple different occasions over the last few years. Apart from that, they said they tend to get the better of us. They got the better of us earlier in the season, which was a bit of a strange game. You had the VAR incident where we could have equalised in the last minute. I think we had a chance. They went down the other end. We had a really good chance. They went down the other end and scored.
I was in Turkey for that.
Yeah, no, we scored. Did we not score a header? Cornet scored 2 in the last 10 minutes, but they both got disallowed or something like that.
I was very drunk at the time. I was in Turkey. We was in a sports bar all day watching football because they show them all out.
Yeah.
So it was like back-to-back games from like 10 o'clock till about 8 o'clock. So all I remember is Cornet scoring, me going mental because there's a lot of West Ham fans out there in this bar. Yeah. And we all went mental, and then it got we were like, what are they looking at? Because obviously they weren't commentary. And
it was a Bowen tackle on the keeper, weren't it?
It wasn't even a tackle, was it? It was a brush of the foot, and he's made the most of it. But
we should have got a result there.
Anyway,
Look, I'm speaking to a few of my West Ham friends this week.
Us at home.
That's what I was literally about to say. I was talking to some of my West Ham friends this week, and I think people are up for it. We love a London derby. I
also spoke to a Chelsea fan at work the other day, and he's worried.
Really?
Yeah. He said he reckons we'll do him.
Yeah.
Whether he's just saying that or not, who knows? But at the same time, like I say, I do fancy us. I think, like you say, we've had a few good results against them at home recently. Away, I don't really fancy us at Chelsea.
No.
No. But no, I think we've got every chance.
I think we can do them. Yeah, I think we can do them. Score prediction? We always get it right on here. Every time. We always get the result bang on, so go on.
I'm going to go West Ham 3-1. I'm going big.
That's a big call.
Why not?
I'm going to go I'm going to go 1-1.
Us scoring first or them?
I think they're going to go 1 up. I think we're going to, like we did against Newcastle, I think it's going to be a carbon copy, to be honest with you. We could nick it. We could nick it 2-1, but I think it's going to be 1-0. That's my
I think
prediction.
now's a great time to be playing them, to be honest.
Of course, yeah.
Potter's under pressure.
Yeah.
As much as I do like him, I think he's a good manager. I think he naturally at Chelsea you're going to be under pressure.
I think he's got a lot to learn. I think he's got this job quite early in his career, in his managerial career.
He has, but at the same time, I think he's got a lot of players that have just been bought for him.
He's got 2 unbelievable starting 11s.
Yeah.
Honestly, I cannot believe it.
But then at the same time, it's like at Brighton he was very limited with what he had, and he made them very good. Yeah. So it's like it's difficult. You see it quite a lot, don't you? Where managers go from a relatively small club to then a bigger club where they've got a lot more money.
Yeah.
They're buying these bigger players, but then straight away, I think the difference is there's pressure on them straight away.
Yeah.
When you're getting players like Enzo Fernandez for 100 mil. If he makes one bad pass, everyone's going, "Oh, he's terrible. Why have they signed him?" And the pressure's then on the manager.
That signing, whilst he had an unbelievable World Cup, really good World Cup, he only had like 1.5 seasons in his professional playing career prior to that. He had his season at River Plate, he's played like 27 games. He had half a season at Benfica, 17 games, and then he's at Chelsea for 105 million.
Don't get me wrong, mate. He looks a good player. He does. But
really good. Yeah.
And I was saying this the other day to my mate that with the thing with Chelsea is they're shooting themselves in the foot with all these transfers.
Yeah,
they're showing other clubs that they will just spend any amount of money on these players. So if you're Benfica, you don't want to get rid of Enzo Fernandez because they didn't. Chelsea have gone, we'll give you 80 million for him. They'll go, no thanks.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea go and sign Mudryk for 88 mil.
Yeah.
And Benfica will see that and go, they're spending money. We'll have 100 mil for him.
Yeah.
And then they go, we'll give you 105 or whatever.
Do you know how they're doing this with the transaction? Like,
it's over 8 years or something.
Yeah.
So the financial fair play.
Yeah, they turned a profit in January. Because they're
all in instalments.
It's all in instalments. Yeah. So they sold Jorginho for 12 million quid. Right. So they're buying Enzo Fernandez 100 million, Mudryk 90 million, whatever it may be, and whoever, there's loads of other names that spent money on 8-year contracts, 7-year contracts, paying minimal up front. Yeah. So through the books, they're not paying a penny.
Yeah.
They're having a profitable, in their financial year, they're having a profitable
and it's
year.
Clever because it's a loophole, isn't it? Because I know the league or the people who run the financial fair play have said from the next transfer window you can't do the long contracts. So it's clever from them.
Ted Bowley makes me laugh. You see him play. I think he was playing a fucking game and in the stands.
Yeah.
And he got caught and he put it down like that. He just looks bored, doesn't he? He looks bored when he's there.
He's just come in. He's gone. Yeah. Right. Here's all my money.
Here's 600 million quid.
I'm going to go on Twitter. Who's being rumoured to go to Arsenal? I'll sign him. Yeah. The
thing that winds me up is that he's come and he spends £600 million or whatever it is in like 2 transfer windows. Yeah. He could buy West Ham with that.
Yeah.
It's just like, or you think of the clubs that have gone under, like Bury and Macclesfield, or I think it was them.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is It's difficult when you look at it in that perspective because there are massive clubs, like historic clubs that have been around for hundreds of years that have gone bust.
And people like him who are spending 100 million quid on a player who's played 40 professional career games.
Why not do a Wrexham? Invest in a smaller club that's struggling and need to get that money into them.
Yeah, but it's crazy, mate.
What can we say? We haven't got millions in the bank, have we?
No, we ain't, mate. One day, though. One day, once this podcast blows up, that's it.
I think 800 mil we valued at.
Yeah.
I looked last night.
Oh, really?
Kretinsky's stake is 27%, and that was worth around 180 to 200 mil.
Wow.
So obviously times that by 4, it's about 800 mil.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to my father-in-law, and we're talking about the value of stadiums randomly, and obviously the value of Spurs is billions, because first of all they've got £1 billion stadium that they own. West Ham, and I said, West Ham are worth about 800 million. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, actually thinking about it, obviously theoretically we are worth that because of that investment, but we don't own the stadium. So what assets have we actually got? We don't have many assets, really. Declan Rice, that's it. 150 mil, whatever.
Yeah,
but
scary, isn't it?
Anyway,
I've enjoyed having a little tickle with the plant behind me in this episode. It's actually quite nice.
We got dogs barking in the background now, so I think people are. This is an early one today, and people are coming into work with their dogs.
Yeah.
So
time to wrap it up, I think. But thanks for listening. Sorry, it's been a little while since we've done it. I think you're going to try and turn this around today.
Yeah.
Get it up ready for the weekend, so people can have a listen, reflect on the last 2 games, and then we'll probably be back in here on Sunday, reflecting on 3 points against Chelsea and
winning
talking about
6-0. Antonio scored 5.
All hail King Moyes. That's what I do. I win. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Come on, you irons.
Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday.
Let's have it.
Sweet.